and sisters, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Huey P. Newton, PhD, a black political activist, an accomplished author, and a proud revolutionary. I am also the Minister of Defense and co-founder of the infamous Black Panther Party, alongside my right-hand man and brother-in-arms, Bobby Seale. Other notable members of our fine organization have been Eldridge Cleaver, his wife Kathleen Cleaver, Angela Davis, Stokely Carmichael, Fred Hampton, musical sensation Shaka Khan, and many others that have helped to put the Black Panthers on the map and in the media. As college students at Merritt University in Oakland, California, Bobby and I dropped out and formed the Black Panther Party, following the deaths of Brother Malcolm X and an unarmed black teen named Matthew Johnson, who was gunned down in the streets of San Francisco by the SFPD. Now, many people have wondered and many people have asked us, where does your organization get its name? Well, the idea of naming the Black Panther Party the Black Panther Party actually came from me. You see, I made this decision because if you truly think about it, or at least to my knowledge, the Panther does not attack first unless its aggressor throws the first strike. Now, can you dig it? If you can dig it, let me hear you say right on.
Right on.
If you can dig it, let me hear you say right on.
Right on.
You see, as Panthers, we practice militant self-defense mechanisms for minority communities against the United States government, and we also fought to establish revolutionary socialism through the processes of mass organizing and various community-based programs. You see, we did all of these things for the people. Now, I want you to hear me good when I say this. We did all of these things for the people of the United States of America. You see, many folks get it twisted and they believe that the Black Panthers were only fighting for the rights of blacks. And since our organization was made up of profoundly black members, this statement seemed to be true. But brothers and sisters, I'm here today to let you all know that the Black Panthers were not anti-white. We were anti-oppression. You can't fight racism with racism, ladies and gentlemen. Or as Dr. King has once said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Right on?
Right on.
Right on. Let's fast forward. Well, before I get to that, let's talk about ethnicity. Now, many people confuse the term ethnicity with the term race. You see, in my knowledge, I'm just going to tell you what I know. Ethnicity to me is black or white. But as far as race, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we are all one race, no matter what nationality we may come from. We are one, the human race. Right on?
Right on.
Right on. All right, now let's fast forward to the early morning of October 28, 1967, just a year after the Black Panthers were founded. Brother Gene McKinney and I were pulled over by Oakland police officer John Fry. Now, I'm just going to tell you how corrupt our legal system was and still is. This man did not ask me for any identification. This man did not ask me any questions. He just saw who I was and immediately called for backup. Several minutes later, his fellow officer, Herbert Hines, arrived on the scene. Shots were fired, and all three of us, without the exception of Brother McKinney, were injured. I was unconscious from a gunshot wound to the abdomen. Hines was left in serious condition from a total of 4 gunshot wounds, and Fry died within an hour from a total of 4 gunshot wounds. As I was laying on a hospital gurney later on that night, getting ready to receive treatments for my injury, police officers stormed the room, roughed me up, and handcuffed me to the gurney. Before I knew it, I was being convicted of voluntary manslaughter in September of 1968. I was facing 2 to 15 years in the state pen for only trying to defend myself. Because you see, brothers and sisters, if I had not fought with this man, if I had not wrestled with this man for his own gun, I would not be standing here before you all today. And you see, I'm no stranger to prison. Hell, this was my second time. But there was something different. There was something special about this time. You see, this time the people, now I want you to hear me good, not the government, the people, the citizens that make up this country had my back. And they knew that I was not guilty of this false crime. And believe me, hope was not lost. Or to put it in other words, as Brother Fred Hampton has once said, you can jail a revolutionary, but you cannot jail a revolution. Right on, brothers and sisters.
Right on.
Right on. the party began to fall apart following the death of Dr. King that same year, in which many of our recruits were caught in the middle of a feud between Brother Seal and Brother Cleaver, or rather if they should retaliate against the feds, which was Brother Cleaver's idea, or if they should take the smart approach, keep the order and wait for justice to prevail, which was Brother Seal's option. Well, soon after, the Free Huey movement had begun, and all Panthers across the nation were chanting my name in demand that I be released from prison. Almost 2 years later, in May of 1970, my conviction was reversed and a new trial was in order. After 2 whole trials, the district attorney had decided that he was not going to hold a 4th trial.
Amen.
And before I knew it, all charges were dismissed, and I was a free man yet again. You see, brothers and sisters, this just goes to show, this along with many other incidents, including the murders of our first Black Panther recruit, 17-year-old Bobby Hutton, and Chicago Chairman Fred Hampton, this proves that the United States government has tried multiple ways to destroy our fine organization, including the crack cocaine epidemic, created and distributed by the people working under the enforcement of former U.S. and California Governor and U.S. President Ronald Reagan. Well, after 16 years of upholding what may have been the most powerful movement for the people besides the Civil Rights Movement, the Black Panther Party had finally come to an end. Maybe it was due to the feud between Brother Seal and Brother Cleaver, or maybe it was even due to me fighting my own personal demons. But despite all of this, I know for a fact that the United States government is behind the downfall of the Black Panthers, turning brother against brother, sister against sister, with the use of drugs and dirty money. Or hell, maybe it was even due to the weak minds of our people, feeding into what the government wanted and expected them to do, that led to what may have been the most powerful and, to be honest, the most moving organization in the history of the United States of America. Well, despite all of this, our legacy still lives on, influencing many modern-day movements, including the Black Lives Matter movement. Now I end my piece with the Black Panther Party's main slogan, all power to the people. Now, I want all of you in here with me today. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, or Hawaiian. We are all joining together as one today. I want you to repeat after me. All power to the people. Say it with me. All power to the people. Say it again. All power to the people. Again, all power to the people. All power to the people. And one last time. All power to the people. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm going to leave, but I want you all to remember this. Live by your own terms, fight for what you believe in, and go by the words of Brother Malcolm, by any means necessary. Thank you.